Question, how bad are Tesla cars? How's it going, Noel over here? I just saw a YouTube video talking bad about Tesla cars, that they're poorly made and a bunch of negative things about the Tesla cars, which I'm just shocked because, like, I'm a Tesla car owner, but I don't want to bring down bias into the conversation. I want to be more or as realistic as possible. Like, I saw a guy yesterday on YouTube talking about how the Tesla car, they're poorly made, they're like taped together, they're falling apart. When they hit a pothole, you can hear them rattling, and they're ugly, right? Now, when it comes to like physically how they look, I guess that's your opinion if you think they're ugly, right? But like, for example, like, I consider myself like a simple guy who likes to keep things simple, and I find the car to be beautiful. That's just my opinion. But that guy found it ugly, whatever. And then he started talking about different things about the Tesla car that they're just poorly made. So I'm thinking, how biased is this guy? And then giving props to like another competitor. So I'm like, there you go. He's getting paid by somebody else. No wonder he's talking bad about Tesla and good about the other car. But it's like, this is my second Tesla car. I used to have a Model X, but I couldn't afford it, so I had to give it back. It was a lease. Now I bought a Model Y. They just never stop amazing me. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? Now, let's check out this video called 50,000 Miles Later. As we watch it, I'm gonna pause it and give my feedback, what I think they're saying. Here we go.
Chris with Everyday Chris, and welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for Tesla, tech, and everyday life. Make sure to slap that subscribe button and hit the like button for the YouTube.
Yeah, shout out to this YouTube video. I think he did a great job in doing everything that I cannot do in terms of like editing.
Long range. Now, one of the craziest right off the bat was when my high voltage giant battery pack died and I wasn't able to charge the car or drive it for over a week. But I'm gonna go into that in a second.
My car battery has never died.
Why, like the trunk opening and then sagging down a little bit. And when I did take it in to Tesla service for them to fix it twice, in the end, it was never fixed and they just said it was within spec, which has been Tesla's motto.
I took it in, got it done quick. Come on now.
But really, it isn't. And we can't forget about the horrible quality control and fit and finish issues that came with the car, like this jagged trunk piece that again looked like it was sawed off by hand.
And I just looked at the date. He posted this video last week. Hold on. Hello? No, can you try calling back later? I'm too busy right now. Thank you. Sorry about that. Moving on. He just posted this video a day ago, so it's pretty recent. And you know what? I don't think anybody's gonna watch this video, so I'm just gonna continue.
But when I told the service people, they said it's within spec. Now I've logged in almost 45,000 miles, probably almost 50,000 miles soon after all the road trips we have planned. In the 2 years we owned the car, and again, I've had my share of bad experiences, but overall it wasn't too bad. So let's start with me, and warning, this isn't a Tesla fanboy rant or drinking the Musk Kool-Aid. I'm going to be 100% transparent. Now, it already started when I purchased my Tesla. Now, when you get...
In this video, you're gonna get 2 points of view. That guy talking and my point of view. We both own Teslas, so let's go.
Tesla, I do love the fact that it's not like any other car dealer. You order it online, there's no hassles, no issues.
I love that. I hate sales pitch. I am my own salesman. I sell things to myself. So going online and me deciding what I want, how much I want to pay, excellent website, excellent way to buy a car.
Update. And here's where I already went to hell. I remember that I told them I wanted to pick up the car in person so I could inspect it. They said, sure, But then a few days later, in my app, it was scheduled for a home delivery. I had to call them back again, ask them to change it. It was just a little annoying.
I wish I had home delivery. I had to go pick it up myself.
Then for like a month, and like most people who has a Tesla for the first time, they don't know the small secrets and small details. Like if you get a VIN number, that means you're probably gonna get your car within a week or so you should be ready. However, nobody called them for an entire month. So when they finally called, because I told them to, they said that the car has been there, so just come and get it now. Bruh. Now I'm not saying it's all bad. When we got our Tesla Model X, I told them that we wanted to inspect it and they listened. But they had to cancel my delivery day because of a recall, but that's not really their fault. And aside from that, the overall delivery experience was amazing.
It was amazing.
Bad experiences, you're probably hearing about it a lot more. What about you guys? Have you guys had any bad delivery day experiences?
No.
Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, when we got our Tesla Model Y, we picked it up in this parking structure because it was during COVID times. We inspected the vehicle, and for a car that's been out for over 2 years, the build quality wasn't that bad. Panels were aligned, paint looked good aside from a few issues like recessed door handles and that jagged trunk piece that we talked about. We were pretty good for the most part. And again, I have a delivery day video on all that stuff, like 100-mile fit and finish warranty stuff. So check out my delivery day videos for that. When we were about to pay for the car, because it's Tesla and Tesla is all about technology, they of course offered payment in the form of a direct deposit online, easily through your phone. All you have to do is input your banking account information and you're done. We came home, I was vibing. It was our first Tesla.
Didn't let me do that. I had to bring money. I had to bring a money order because my credit was bad, so.
Something horrible. I don't know if you saw it on the news, but they ended up charging us twice for our car, as in a double charge. It's a crazy ordeal, not because of what happened, but because of the customer service. First off, there's no real number to call aside from your sales advisor. And I called the delivery center, the sales center, and they all gave me the runaround saying that it's a pending charge, so don't worry, it should cancel in a day or so. But a day or so went by and it definitely went through and it left us with no money in our bank account and we were freaking out. And honestly, with Tesla, this is Tesla's Achilles heel. Way back when, like years ago, when I heard about Tesla, I thought Tesla had the best customer service, like Chick-fil-A status.
I speeded up the video because it just takes too long to talk.
They make a big deal out of it and they make it a very enjoyable experience. And now with a lot of volume Tesla produces, it's impossible to provide that service for everybody, but it may be a lot of volume to them, but to you and me, it's like one car, maybe even our first real car purchase ever. So it wasn't until the news got involved where people from corporate finally called me.
They are fine because you barely take the car in for fixing.
Store. I mean, it's still better than nothing, but yeah. You know, there's a saying, you never get another first impression, and Tesla's customer service for that experience was downright horrible. But don't hold the grudge. Life's too short. Just move on and live your life. And live our lives we did.
So, again, fine, yes, complaints are good, little ones, they'll look it over and they'll fix it, and it's only getting better and better, At the end of the day, Tesla didn't disappoint with me. With delivery, I try to push it back, actually, when I try to get my car delivered a week late.
Perfectly. And if you haven't seen any of my Tesla road trip videos, my wife and
I haven't done any road trips.
Our first son, Simba, is unfortunately currently fighting cancer, and there's no way we're ever going to leave him alone and have like a magical honeymoon in Hawaii. So we brought the vacation to him using the Tesla. We went to Oregon twice. We went to
So the only road trip I've done is from PA to New York City, which is like a 5-hour road trip, because yes, you got to stop to charge the car. So that's one of my complaints. A lot of stop and charge.
And had zero issues. And then in July of 2022, which is just a little over a year of owning the car, something really weird happened. We literally just got back from eating and the car was parked in a parking lot. We then went into the car and I got a notification saying that the charge level was reduced and it's still okay to drive. I thought it was really weird. I didn't really think much of it. I thought maybe it was just a glitch or something and the car needed to restart. So I restarted it, I tried plugging it in, but I got the dreaded red Tesla logo saying that it was unable to charge. But again, I was really hopeful. I thought maybe if it just went into a deep sleep, it'll be fine. But when I woke up, it had the same issue, was unable to charge. I have a whole video on it, it's a huge thing, but long story short, there was some sort of fault in the high voltage battery, so I had to get it replaced. So it was pretty much the equivalent of having a gas car and not being able to fill up gas. So in a normal person's perspective, that's a pretty urgent service issue, right? Well, Wrong. When I tried to schedule an appointment, first off, I can't even talk to anyone in person, so I had to do it through the app. And the earliest appointment was like over a week out, which...
By the way, I never call Tesla phone numbers because they don't pick up. It's like a computer and they'll just switch you up. So what I do, I actually go to the Tesla people and I knock on the door and I walk in. Hey, how you doing? I have this problem, or I want to talk about this. And that's the best way to do it. Just heading over to customer service face to face.
Super details, but the way that they handled it wasn't the best. I mean, the car isn't drivable. Wouldn't it make sense to give me a Tesla loaner in the meantime? But
I got a Tesla loaner when I went.
It's serviced currently, which it wasn't because they were waiting for the battery. So essentially they said you could either drive the car to the battery gets really low and then come back when the battery's ready, or you can possibly hold the car for you, just let it sit in the parking lot, and we could get you an enterprise rental, which is like a gas car. I am super glad that they did offer that enterprise rental, which is still better than nothing, but I mean still. So again, if I had to say one negative thing about Tesla, it's their service policies. When I'm actually at the service center, the workers are accommodating, they're super caring, and they do whatever they can in their power. They're super nice about everything, honestly. And the Tesla service center in Irvine, which is where I go to, it's like family over there.
They are very, very nice, and they take care of the customers while they're there.
Disconnect somewhere along the line, because I'll put in a service issue and they say they fixed it, but then when I look at it, it looks the exact same. And then when I tell them that's the same, they'll tell me that it's actually within spec and supposed to be that way, which is super annoying. But honestly, is it just me, or as my wife puts it, do I have the YouTube curse? So I had to do some research. I live in Orange County, which is the #1 place with Teslas. I asked 10 people about their experiences with their Tesla. Some had Model X's, but mostly it was 3s and Ys. They also have other non-Teslas. They only have one Tesla, so they aren't crazy Tesla fanboys. And the results were actually really surprising. I asked all my neighbors how long they had their car, how many miles were on the car, and how many issues they had, major and minor. So let's start with neighbor number 1. He had his Tesla for about 9 months. He totaled around 7,000 miles, and he had 3 minor service issues. And for him, he had a Model Y long range. Neighbor number 2 had his Model Y Performance for over a year, and he logged in over 29,000 miles with 0 issues, minus the original fit and finish issues that came from factory, which was really minor. And I think they did it at his home, which is a win. Neighbor number 3 had his Model Y Performance for about 5 months, and he logged in about 5,000 miles, and again, 0 issues. Neighbor number 4 had his Model Y long range for over a year. He had 2 small fit and finish issues, and he logged in over 26,000 miles. Neighbor number 5 had his Tesla Model Y Performance for over a...
So far, I had one issue when I bought the car. I found a little hole in the seat, but I took it in, I didn't call, and the guy said, yeah, we'll replace the seat for you. I'm like, for how much? He said, for free. You just got the car. Yeah, I just finished buying the car. So
we'll save that for another day. Neighbor number 7 had her Model Y for about,
So that was a great experience. You know, the guy said, I'll call you when we have the seat. They ordered it from California. And like 2 weeks later, he called me up to bring the car in and get the seat replaced. The seat only took 1 day. Did they give me a loaner? Yeah, they must have given me a loaner because it was far. How the hell did I get home? So they gave me a loaner and I went shopping while they fixed it, and they came back the same day. So positive experience.
3. And lastly, the winner, neighbor number 10, had his for over 2 years. He commutes a lot. He drove a total of 56,000 miles with zero service issues, not even a fit and finish issues. All he had was a flat tire, and Tesla keeps calling him to tell him that he has to replace some O-ring in his trunk due to a recall.
Like, I really don't see what are the issues with the Tesla once you have it, once you own it. And it's like, maybe because I'm not a car guy.
I feel like for me, I just got a lemon and something happened, but that's actually really good. So when I asked them how they felt about Tesla and how they felt about Tesla service, they did say Tesla service can use some work because of how busy they are.
You're not perfect.
Available, but they do love the mobile service visits and how they can fix most of their issues from the comfort of their own home. Overall, none of them had any major issues like me, and they're very happy with their purchase. However, I did throw in a curveball and I asked them if they did another Tesla or a different electric car brand, and a lot of them said they did still like having at least one gas car. So do I regret buying a Tesla? No. I think if I had to take my car in for service more, I'd say the quality of cars aren't worth the headache and hassle, but honestly, it hasn't been that bad. It's just that when I'm there for service, I expect a loaner car for a long service, not just Uber credits. I also don't like how they say, oh, it'll be done in a day, but it always takes longer. Now they are trying to do better. Their app shows the status of your repair, which is highly inaccurate, but it's still nice. They now have service members that work around the clock, like a graveyard shift, so they can work on Teslas more. But overall, it does seem like there are some initial quality control issues that Tesla fixes for free, But after, you just drive the car and there's nothing to worry about. No timing belts, no oil changes, nothing. Again, it could be OCD, but one of my neighbors is the most OCD because he is a user interface engineer. So he's all about this.
I love the fact that no more oil change, no more headache with the engines, a bunch of shit that I don't understand about cars. It's just Tesla never breaks down, keeps it going.
Which is super sexy. And with Tesla opening their superchargers to non-Teslas in the near future, and other cars having full self.
And if you own a home, you're set. You just plug it into your home and charge.
Mode. And I think that's what makes Tesla so unique and why they're
Which I set it up. It cost me like $400 to set up the charge.
software updates, the fun Easter eggs, and the self-driving is what makes Tesla so awesome. Overall, the service may be hit or miss, but the car itself is solid. Time will tell, and I'll most definitely do a 100,000-mile video update, but overall, we're very happy with our Tesla. Anyway.
So, that gentleman was happy with his Tesla. Again, I'm a happy customer, and I was wondering to see if that guy was going to say that Tesla was a bad purchase, that if it's a bad car, if we got tricked, if we got whatever bamboozled. But at the end of the day, yeah, okay, it's about flavors and colors and what you like, what you don't like. But I personally believe that the experience, once you own a Tesla, is extremely difficult to go back to a regular car. Like, are you serious? And everything that some videos mention, like the rattling and the poorly built cars, and all the negative things that they say about Tesla, I just don't see it. I mean, come on, let's go take a look at my car. Let me see if I can make it upstairs. If anybody's still watching the video, all right, let's take a walk to my garage. And shout out to anybody still watching the video. Because at this point, I'm trying to get better and better at just putting my thoughts out there. In my opinion. Because you got to put it out there. And all the negative things that they say about the Tesla cars, they're rare and they only keep getting better and better. I think it's a well-built car. Worth purchasing. Hate to be a Tesla fanboy. Yeah, that's my dog barking. All right. This is my Tesla car. It's a Model Y long range. Worth every dollar. Look at the dog bugging out. All right, so far 8,000 miles and getting better and better. You know what? I'm gonna cut the video right here. If you stuck around for this long, please consider bingo. Please click on the subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. All right.